What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another video. I thought I was gonna be done. I really did, because I had been on X. I hate that. I really hate that name, you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about that name, but I hate it. So I was on. I can't do it. I was on Twitter, and same stupid stuff as always. Hyper polarized. Hyper partisan on both sides. Some people say stuff about MAGA that I just don't agree with, because some of it's off the wall, as you guys know. But you know what? Let me tell you something. The left, they're way out of bounds. Way. They're not off the wall. They're not even in the same section. They're not in the house, bro. They're not in the building. They might not even be in the parking lot, to be honest with you. But we're going to check this out. Some stuff that Hillary said. It might be a little bit of a long one, because if I get teed up, which I really was hoping I wouldn't. I haven't seen the entire video yet. I don't think I'm going to get angry. But, I mean, it's a little too soon for this crap, to be honest with you. And I think that even if you're a leftist, even if you're one of the people that, watch to just to hate and report my videos and call me a Nazi on Twitter and all that other crap, which is funny, I think you would have to agree that this is not cool, okay? So we're going to get into this, but before we do, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That really helps the channel out. We'd love to have you be the newest member of the flock for life. So come fly with us. We'd love to have you. The air is for everyone. Now, I'm going to read out, this from Colin Rugg. And I'm going to read out a couple tweets from people before we get to the video. Like, don't harass these people, this is not like a call to arms or anything like that. This is just so that you can see what, if you're completely objective, if you're on the fence, undecided, all right, about who to vote for. I'm not going to get on the policies necessarily in this video, but I do want to get at least a screenshot of reality. And by that I mean just a smidge of reality. No one should be killed, in my opinion. Do I see the necessity to kill people sometimes? In war, of course, right? But there are needless wars, so where does that come in? So the point is that we should try to never commit any type of violence. None. But it just seems like the left is constantly hurting us. And I mean the right and the center people. And lately they've gotten more violent than ever. Okay? 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump. And nobody cares. And people say that it's his own fault. Which that really pissed me off yesterday. Because there was news stations, and they were just saying that it was his fault that he attracts assassins with his rhetoric. And the thing is that not only is it not true, okay, because he doesn't say anything crazy, the things that he says are things that most of America agrees with. They don't like him for a personality reason, because he's crass, because he's kind of a bully. But you know what? I'm not electing him to be my pope. I'm not electing him to be my priest. I'm not electing him, to be my counselor. I'm electing him to be the CEO of America. That's what I'm voting for. Someone that's going to go in there, fight for us, and get us the best deal that we can get. Now, do I believe he's the best negotiator ever? No, I don't. But do I think he's a good negotiator? Hell yeah, I do. Anyways, let's get to this. Hillary Clinton calls Trump a dictator who can't be given another chance to do harm to our country. Just one day after a second assassination attempt. This is disgusting. She's a disgusting human being, and she's very detested. And, between her and Kamala, it's kind of a dead heat. Who's the worst person? No, I shouldn't have even said that. Clinton is definitely the worst person. But Kamala is a communist, so I don't know. Communism's kind of a thing for me, so I don't know. Maybe I will end up mad in this video. Anyways, Clinton made the comments during an interview with far-left host Rachel Maddow. I don't even think she's far-left anymore, you know, considering where the left is right now. She says, I don't understand why it's so difficult for the press to have a consistent narrative about how... Anyways, let's just check this out. We'll check this out. We're going to check out the video. But before we check out the video, check out what Juanita Broderick says. And she would know from personal experience. I've had my face-to-face with Hillary. She is the most evil woman I have ever met in my life. I've been asked many times who is worse, Hillary or Bill. No contest, it's Hillary. And then here, look at this. The Democrats are doubling and tripling down on their dangerous rhetoric of Donald J. Trump. The tension in our country continues to rise. And then Colin Rugg responded, many of him want him dead. It's that simple. And then, you know, look at this guy, perhaps the most vile woman ever in American politics, totally deserving of all the hatred. She is a nasty woman, dude. She really is. Even if I'm not saying that she has gotten people killed, but, you know, there is that thing called the Clinton body count, which is really scary if you think about it. Look at this. Look at this. This guy goes, Project 2025, bingo. The Project 2025 brainwashing is totally effective. I spoke with some libs who totally thought Trump was behind it. They had no clue Trump wasn't involved. Because they keep lying. And the thing is that they know they're lying. They have to know that they're lying. But lying works. Because there's a lot of people who just read headlines and they go, oh, wow, that's crazy. And they don't even look at the story. They don't even look at the news story. And then there are people that look at the news story and they can't tell that the story has been framed a certain way, you know, to get a rise out of you, a certain opinion for you to feel, you know. It's been proven that some people are just NPCs, dude. It's been proven. It's been proven. Some people just don't have an inner monologue or an inner stream of conscious where they go, all right, this is what I need to do, and this is what... You know, for me, I overthink things. That's one of my greatest flaws, dude. It also helps sometimes, but it's usually a flaw. Anyways, let's check this out, bro, because this is going to be bad. And they fell. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen. She's looking worse for wear, isn't she? Like, dude, don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't look like a like an ancient billy goat. But dude, she's looking a lot older than she was a couple years ago. Anyways, let's check this out. I'll probably be pausing it because I hate both of these women. Even though I try not to hate, I try to be a Catholic, bro. But these women, they get a rise out of me, dude. We'll see.
He's still being taught, especially by the media, that the more offensive he is, the more he can dominate the media space entirely. And I feel like you've been a good diagnoser of that, not only from when you were up against him, but from what others have done. So do you have an antidote for that, or a way that people can talk themselves out of taking that bait?
After all of the things that Hillary has been accused of, this woman, Rachel Maddow, has the unmitigated gall to make it seem as if either of them are in a position to take the moral high ground on anything. I'm probably a little bit older than most of the people watching this video. But let me give you, if you take nothing else away from me ever, okay? Hopefully I make you guys laugh and I entertain you a little bit. But other than that, if you take away nothing from me, there's a saying that I like to say, and I say it to my family, I say it to my kids. Perception is reality. If you perceive Donald Trump as being the greatest enemy ever, Satan embodied, let's say, you are going to see it as a matter of good versus evil. And Kamala Harris is the good in this scenario, and she's a crusader, and she's the only one that's going to slay this evil fiend of a human being. But the thing is that objective reality exists. And that is the one that most of us live in, not your point of view, not your reality. So always question everything. Question me, question your friends, your leaders for sure. Always, 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 always. But do it appropriately. You know what I'm saying? Twitter, as an example, you can tweet at these people all day long. They're not going to do anything about it. They're not going to give a crap, and then on top of that, you'll probably end up with a bunch of leftists threatening you or saying awful things to you, because that's the internet. So do your deep dives. Go down that rabbit hole. She is not the arbiter of morality. Okay, she is not. Neither of these ladies should be on any type of moral high ground, because even Rachel Maddow did unethical things in getting Donald Trump's tax returns. Someone should have been arrested for that, but whatever. I don't even know, bro. I don't know what's going on, man.
I think that's really a critical question, and I think there's a couple of things going on here.
Just her voice. I'm pretty good with voices, like, recognizing who they belong to. I've been all my life, and just her voice drives me, oh my lord, it physically hurts. So you guys gotta bear with me, bro, and we gotta buckle down and get through this.
You mentioned the press, and sadly, the press is still not able to cover Trump the way that they should. They careen from one outrage to the next.
In my opinion, Hillary Clinton probably wants Trump dead, and she probably wants the left to report on him even more negatively. And I don't know how it can happen, because they released that a couple weeks ago, before the debate. They released that that all these big networks, ABC, MSNBC, freaking even Fox wasn't 100% positive for Trump, but they reported that it was like 96% negative for Trump. Everything that they reported on was 96% negative for Trump. What does Hillary Clinton want? It doesn't get much higher than 96%, dude. Like, how much more negative can they get?
What was outrageous 3 days ago is no longer on the front pages, even though it threatens the physical safety of so many people, particularly, as you point out, immigrants that he and Vance have decided to demonize. Illegal
immigrants that don't belong here, that have no place to be allocated, that we don't have resources that set aside for them. Nobody planned for this balloon of population, this ballooning of population. This bitch just wants to get your power from you. That's all she wants. That's all most of these politicians want. And it's funny she says 3 days ago, because what happened a few days ago? He almost got assassinated again. And she has the freaking balls to say this, dude. Oh my gosh, dude.
And I don't understand why it's so difficult for the press to have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is.
Look at this. She wants all of the press to be consistent. In other words, on the same page. If that is not fascistic crap, then I don't know what is, dude. They're supposed to be the fourth estate. They're supposed to be the fourth, branch of power in the United States. Yeah, we have three official branches of power: the judicial, executive, and legislative. I almost forgot it. No, it's early, dude. It's really early. But, dude, journalists are supposed to be the fourth branch. They're considered traditionally to have been the power of the people, truth to power. And she wants all of them to be consistent, she says.
The late, great journalist, Harry Evans, one time said that, journalists should, really try to achieve objectivity. And by that, he said, I mean, they should cover the object. Well, the object in this case is Donald Trump. His demagoguery, his danger to our country and the world, and stick with it. They were merciless about what they saw as President Biden's, problems in the debate and calling for him to withdraw.
They were not merciless. They were doing their damn jobs. And they were nowhere near as nasty as they have been and always have been and are still with Donald Trump. This is bullshit, and I apologize for the cursing, y'all, because I can't do it. Excuse me. She's crazy. Or I shouldn't say she's crazy. She sounds crazy. I think she's evil. And I think that what she wants is power. Well, I shouldn't say I think. I know she wants power. Not because I know her or anything, but because she has proven it time and time again. They called Donald Trump a racist. They have no receipts. He was getting awards from Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. What the hell? He obviously hates black people so much. Now, because he ran for president. Even though he's one of the most popular presidents with the black vote ever. As far as Republicans are concerned. Let me put that little caveat in there. Because they said many decades ago, and some of you weren't even born. I feel so old. But they said decades ago that if the Republican Party could just secure like 12% of the black vote, the Democratic Party would never win again. Nowadays, it's probably a lot more that we would need. But we're getting quite a bit as far as the polling is concerned. Among black males, it's like 20-something% for Donald Trump. That's a lot for a Republican. A lot. Crazy, dude.
I believe Donald Trump has disqualified himself over and over and over again to be a presidential candidate, let alone a president. The second thing, though, is that part of what Trump is counting on is for people to get desensitized. I mean, oh my gosh, did you hear what he said yesterday? Did you hear who he attacked? Did you hear the viciousness? And it just like with a shrug, okay, fine, we're moving on. Well, Americans need to understand that they have to take Trump both seriously and literally.
They have to take Trump both seriously and literally because she says so. So in other words, he's not allowed to make a joke. He's not allowed to be sarcastic. And this is all one day after an assassination attempt. A second assassination attempt. Sound off in the comments, y'all. I can't be the only one that's getting pissed off about this. I can't be. This is exactly why the lunatics are trying to kill him. Because of commentary like this. If you look at one of the interviews that Ryan Ralph did many years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, many, 2-3 years ago, it was with Newsweek, and he said that it's a battle of good versus evil, the Ukraine and Russia thing. So he says it's no gray, it's only black and white. And that's obviously his exact words, but I'm paraphrasing the order of the words. But that was the interview. So this lunatic got activated with incendiary rhetoric. And this woman is now telling you that the journalists are not hard enough on President Trump, which is insane because how much worse, how much more negative can they get? And she's telling you to not trust any of his joking, to just take whatever he says literally. It's crazy.
He has said what he wants to do. He and his allies with Project 2025.
Another proven hoax, one that has been perpetuated by Biden and Harris and now Clinton. And maybe she's probably said this before, and I haven't heard it because I try to avoid this woman like the plague.
His desire to be a dictator, at least on day one, all of that is in.
It was a joke, you stupid bitch.
In the public record. And I believe that more Americans have to be, willing to endure what frankly is discomforting and to some extent kind of painful, to take him at his word and to be outraged by what he represents. And then finally, the hopeful side of this is that I do think more and more Americans are rejecting the kind of chaos that he represents. We can't go back. That's what the Harris campaign says all the time. We're not going back. We're not going back to, what he failed to do to protect American lives during COVID. We're not going back to the, romance with dictators that puts, innocent lives at risk and America's security in danger. We can't go back and give this very dangerous man another chance to do harm to our country and the world.
We can't go back to this very dangerous man. Incendiary rhetoric. Anybody who hears this, who's not well, who's maybe down on their luck, who says, you know what, F it, I got nothing going for me anyways, I might as well do some good in the world, let me hurt or assassinate Donald Trump, because that'll be the good in the world that I can do, and I don't care if they kill me, because who cares, You mean to tell me that there's not one single person that feels that way? Because I can tell you, honest to God, being as open as I can be with you, I'm not suicidal now. So if I die via suicide, it was not me. But I have been suicidal. I know what it's like to be down in the pits, dude. I know what it's like to feel useless and unwanted. But you gotta fight for yourself, Fight for your sphere of influence that will care about you. And she's saying that he's a dangerous man, desperately, like this is desperate. It's a desperate situation. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Speaking of dictators, the Justice Department and the State Department have taken another of.
Wow. Let's what a bunch of stupid bitches. And I apologize if there's any ladies listening to this, man. I don't mean, I don't mean to insult a woman just with that word that, is almost always used only for women, to demean them or whatever. But dude, they're both bitches, man. Like I would use the see you next Tuesday word instead, but I know that, Americans are not comfortable with that word so much, So anyway, so let's look at a couple of the quotes. This is already a long video. I'm not going to make it much longer, you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you for sticking with me if you're still here. It says, I don't understand why it's so difficult for the press to have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is. Mentioned that too. Yeah, I pointed that out. The object in this case is Donald Trump, his demagoguery, his danger to our country. His danger to our country. Americans need to understand that they have to take Trump both seriously and literally. He has said what he wants to do. He and his allies with Project 2025, his desire to be a dictator. She said that? Wait. I need to hear that again. Hold on.
He's still being
Ties. I'm back. Did you hear the viciousness? And it just like with a shrug. Okay, fine, we're moving on. Well, Americans need to understand that they have to take Trump both seriously and literally. He has said what he wants to do. He and his allies with Project 2025, his desire to be a dictator, at least on day one.
You know what? I did hear that, and I didn't stop the video. Because it's just a joke. It's a joke. It was a joke. He said, "Oh, they say you'll be a dictator only on day one." I wish I could do a good Donald Trump impersonation. That would make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you guys, please, if you want to sound off in the comments, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. That'd be awesome, you guys. That would make me so happy. That dopamine hit is real. But yeah, you guys, that's what she said. She's still instilling negativity into a situation that has enough negativity. And who knows who she might inspire with this type of rhetoric. It's already happened twice. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. And as always, stay safe and stay based.